Hey, 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 my lovelies. How are you guys doing today? Who do we have in the chat with us today? Welcome to Spiritual Conversations. I'm going to get my chat open so I can see. Happy Friday, guys. We have a full moon on the 9th. Daylight saving times begins on Sunday the 8th. Welcome, guys. We're just going to wait for the notification to go out because y'all know that thing is a delayed. Hey, Aisha. Aisha, I am sorry about yesterday. I still have you in my notes for today. Yesterday, I got caught up doing stuff with these kids, and I was supposed to jump up on the live and then call you and then jump up on the live. I didn't get back in the house until after 8, guys. And at that time, I was just tired. Hey, Jane, how are you? Hey, Jasmine. Hey, Ashley. How are you guys doing today? All right, welcome to Spiritual Conversations. You having an emotional crisis? What's going on, Jane? Hey, KJ, how are you, sweetie? So today we are talking about emotional responsibility. So this is the right place to be, Jane, because we're talking about emotional responsibility today in your spiritual walk. All right, so let's just start off by welcoming everybody. My name is Kamoy. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Hey, only. Hey, finding my way. How are you, sweetie? If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. So my channel is all about healing. It is all about you being able to master yourself. And this is a platform where I can use my gift to help others and for us to all help each other. Hey, Celeste, how are you? Uh, I couldn't sleep last night. I don't know if anybody else is having issues with their sleep pattern changing. So my sleep pattern has shifted again. I couldn't sleep last night, so I started just working on some things that I have on my list. Okay, so maybe about around, I want to say after 3, when I couldn't sleep, I decided, okay, I'm not going to do anything on the computer anymore. I'm not going to read any books anymore. I'm going to listen. Okay, I'm just going to listen because obviously I can't sleep because something is being said, and it's now after 3 a.m., so everything is still, and I'm just going to listen. Okay, so okay, finding my way said waking up around 2:30 a.m. And then I got up, and I don't know how much of you watch this channel. Her name is Fleurborn. So I like to check in with other empaths, and I like to check in to see what's going on the quote unquote conspiracy end, the political end. I like to check in everywhere because it helps me to know when I tap in. It helps me to know if I'm on the right pulse. Okay, so based on everyone else's conversation and what they're talking about, it's either confirmation for what I heard in the spiritual realm, or it gives me information on how I need to prepare spiritually. Okay. Um, I've been having broken sleep and weird dreams. Okay. Pay attention to your weird dreams, Aisha. Okay. Pay attention to your weird dreams. Aisha, I don't remember you being on yesterday's spiritual conversation. If you were not on yesterday's spiritual conversation, Aisha, I would suggest that you go back and watch at least the first 15 to 20 minutes of that, only because we gave out dates yesterday that came through, portals that were being open, and we also gave out a list of minerals and vitamins that you may need to just, have in the background. Celeste is saying 3 a.m. Okay, weird dreams. Okay. So I was watching Flora Burn this morning, and she was talking about, well, I watched a few people today, right? Because last night I heard a lot, so now it's time for me to go research what I heard. Okay, so remember yesterday I talked about the wave of fear that, and the harvesting of the energy. We talked about that yesterday. We talked about it's important for you guys to really know and understand what your triggers are, because this is how. And we talked about that virus that we don't say names here. We talked about how that is all fear based. Okay. But those of you that took my class, you guys know we talked about also in the 13-week class, we talked about the purge that was coming in. And I think I talked about it a little bit yesterday. We talked about this purge that's coming in. And so we are now here dead smack in the purge. Okay. The purge has already started. Okay. Okay. So maybe I shouldn't say purge, because Kelly Kells does not like when I say purge. Okay, so how can I put this? There were going to be a lot of souls transitioning. Is that better? There are going to be a lot of souls transitioning. Some people's contract are officially up. Okay, so this day, this time, this age, their contract is up. It's time for them to transition. Okay, some people, because their energy is so heavy and so dense and they're not giving back like they, and okay, so like the narcissists and the people that are all for self and all they do is fuckery and all they do is things with lack of integrity, there are going to be a wave of those people also being transitioned. Okay, so their contracts are just going to be revoked. Okay. Now, with that being said, I talked about how this is going to come in different phases. One phase is going to be with that virus that's being portrayed really outward now. Okay, and high key, just so you guys know, this is not even low key, but high key, I really want you guys to be mindful of how long you look at that picture that they put up. Okay, because that picture is also an activation picture, so you don't want to stare at that picture too long. Just so you know. Okay. Um, okay. Okay. So Aisha said she was driving and listening yesterday. Cool. Okay. So just so you know, you don't want to look at that picture too long. Okay. Now, the reason why I've been stressing from since I started this channel that is important for you to be able to master yourself, and it is important for you to be able to gain control of your responsibility, is because of exactly what's going on now. So I listened to Flora Bowen this morning, and she talked about, and this is going to be interesting. So her topic of discussion this morning was the handlers, the narcissists, and the sociopaths. Their contracts are being revoked. That was her topic. Okay. And her message was really, if you have anyone of lower vibrational energy or dense vibrational energy, the narcissist, the abusive boyfriend, the abusive husband, the abusive wife, the abusive family member, right? If you in a situation now where you are in a position where that person have left you, you guys are not talking, her stance on this was that is the universe helping you to shed that weight. Okay, now this is for my empaths, because I have a lot of empaths that watch my videos and that subscribe to my channel. Now I spoke about this last year. You are not going to be able to sustain relationships if you're an empath if it does not support you vibrationally. You're not. Okay, and I will even go as far to say, right, hey Miss T, how are you? Happy Friday. Yeah. But he's still tapping into your mind. Yeah. Jane, we talked about that with the mental black magic. Okay. And then we'll go into a little bit of spiritual warfare so I can tell you guys exactly how spiritual warfare is going to come in. Okay. So she talked about the universe giving people opportunities to release the dense energy. Okay, so some of the things that you may have to do, Jane, is you may have to do a few rituals. You may have to do spiritual bath, and I'm not just talking about one bath. You may have to do it in a sequence. Okay, you may have to meditate more. You may have to chant. Okay, so we're talking about emotional responsibility today, and what you need to do and what you can do to do exactly what Jane is talking about. The dense energy, the heavy energy, the vampires, the energy vampires, the narcissists energy, the gargamels, the hazels. Okay, we're in a place now where energetically empaths. Okay, if you're an empath and you're listening, you got to grab this. Energetically, you are not going to be able to sustain friendships or relationships anymore that is not matching your vibration. Okay, so I'm talking about friends that you've been with for 25 years, 17 years, 15 years. If you guys are not in the same frequency, trust and believe that relationship is going to be changing. Now let me explain something to you. Okay, because I do know, I want to put this out here, okay, because we've been talking about this for a while from since Saturn went direct. We got Saturn that went direct, we got Pluto that went direct, we got Neptune that went direct, and we got Uranus that went direct, okay? We got a lot of high octave planets right now going direct. And these planets speak to each other, okay? As above, so below. So if these planets are speaking to each other as above, then they're also speaking within you. This is why a lot of you are finding that you're choosing yourself more now. And it's not a matter of you don't want to people please anymore. You don't want to bend anymore, okay? Those of you on here that took my meditation, what did we have? The new moon meditation. last new moon meditation, or it could have been the full, I don't even remember, maybe two meditations back, or it could have been the last meditation. The channel that came through is that you were supposed to be as flexible as a bamboo, right? So you be attached to nothing, but you are connected to everything. So you're flexible as a bamboo, but you're strong, okay? You're standing firm in your truth and you're strong, okay? So be flexible, but when it's time to stand strong, you're strong. This is where we are right now. Okay, everyone is being required to take emotional responsibility. We talked about the shadow side, or your shadow self, and why that was important. Okay, um, I have been telling you guys for months now that before it gets any better, it is going to get worse. So this is not to put you in fear. This is to equip you with the information and the tools that you need while we're moving through this times. Okay. Let me just check and see what's going on in the chat, because I see congratulations going on. Okay. Jane did say that she's trying to, but he's still tapping into her mind. And Jane, we're gonna get down to that too. Let me write that down. So when people are pulling on you, okay, I'm gonna write that down so I can circle back to that. Okay. Um, because I want to give you guys some tips on that. This is gonna be important. Jane is saying he's in a relationship already, but why think about me? Okay. So Jane, I don't know if you ever catch any of these videos where I talked about a lot of people are being, especially now that we're in retrograde, but really now that we're in 2020, okay? This year is all about standing in your truth and really stepping into who you truly are, right? Some people will choose not to do that, Jane, because it's difficult to face your dark side. It's difficult to face the parts of you that you may feel insecure about, or that you may feel as a hypocrite, that you may feel as a bitch, or that you may feel as a prick or an asshole, okay? We all have facets of these self within us, right? The difference is those of us that acknowledge these facets of ourselves, and those of us that work on mastering and empowering so we can control our emotions, okay? So I say all of that to say right now, you do have people that are lower vibrational because of the energy that you're in, and the empaths that are feeling it. You can't sleep. Some of you can't sleep. Some of you, your diet has changed. Some of you, you're just fasting for, and you can't even figure out. You don't have an appetite. You want to eat, but your body is just naturally fasting. It's not that you're saying, okay, I'm going to fast for a week, or I'm going to fast for today. Your body's naturally fasting, or your mind is naturally fasting. You may feel like you don't want to listen to the television anymore. Certain music just don't vibrate with you anymore. These are things that you guys have to pay attention to, because the change is not coming. It's here, okay? So everyone is going to be required to own their responsibility of their feelings. So that is what you're feeling, Jane. Okay, you're feeling people, okay, or this person that is now in the same energy collectively that we all are. Okay, so he's in the same energy collectively that we all are. All right. So if you're having to, and if you're an empath and you're not sleeping, and your spirit is pulling on you, and you're hearing things, and you're trying to figure out what what your guides are saying, what your angels are saying, and then you have someone that's feeling the energy, but that's not tapped in, that's not trying to figure shit out, right? What do you think they're gonna do? They're gonna pull on that person that brought them light. They're going to pull on their solace. They're going to pull on that person that they could rely on, whether that's emotionally because that's what they need right now, whether that's financially because that's what they need right now. So whatever need, okay, you held with that person, if they're going through a tough time right now, let me tell you something. Everybody feeling this energy right now, okay? Everybody is feeling this energy right now. So just think of the people that are feeling this energy, but they're not aware of what the fuck is going on. They have no clue of what's going on, right? Now, this energy happens right around this time every year. That's another thing she was talking about. I think she was talking about the rainbow energy. And I thought to myself, I didn't even know they had a label for it. I didn't even know that they had a name for this energy. I just knew that these are portals that are open because we're coming up to that spring equinox, right? So we're leaving the underworld, right? We're leaving the underworld, and we're now coming back up, right? Okay, so when you leave the underworld, because the underworld is where all the mysteries are, okay? Now, have you ever turned the lights out and all of a sudden everything is pitch black? You can't see shit. You can't, you can't even step too fast because you might hit your toe, right? But after a few minutes, your eyes start to adjust to the darkness where you can't either make out the shadow of a table or make out the shadow of the of the chair in front of you. And then the more you spend in the darkness, you can even get the colors. Oh, okay, that's a red pillow on the couch, right? So these are the same aspects of yourself that you're going to have to go into and find. Okay, so now when it comes to what Jane said about someone pulling on you, Jane, there are a few things that you can do. You can do cutting of the cord. Okay, all of this shit is real. Okay, Jane, there are videos out there. I'm pretty sure because YouTube University they got ad thing. YouTube University got ad things. So if you want to look up a video, cutting of the cord, you can do that. Okay. Now the cutting of the cord, what I will say is don't watch. If the first video don't vibrate with you, don't force it. You are not on. Okay, so who resonates to my channel is who's supposed to resonate. If you're not vibrating on my frequency, my messages, what I'm saying, you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get it. Okay, now as a human being, and I told y'all the other day, of the part of myself that I had to come into, because that ego part of me be feeling like, okay, I'm tuned in, tapped in. I give good advice, and this was before I even knew I was gifted. Okay, so I had to rein in that part of myself to become more humble in the gifting, right? So where it is for who it is, all right? So please understand, every time you go to seek information or you go to seek validation of what you heard in the spirit, you do not have to agree with everything everybody says. We are all from different star systems. We're all from different planetary alignments. Your natal chart is different. You are not going to resonate with everyone. You have a soul group or a soul tribe that you are here to rock with, and everybody else does too. Okay, even the lower vibrational people, they got yeah, even the denser energy, even the narcissists, yeah, they got a tribe of people that they rock with too. Okay, so please understand that. All right, it's going to be important for you guys to really judge your relationship. Really be able to judge your relationship. I'm sorry, guys, I don't have a mediator today. Trudy couldn't make it today, and Kelly Kels has stuff to do, so y'all gonna have to bear with me as I scroll through the messages. So Jane, spiritual baths, okay? And for you, what I am hearing is you do not need to take one. You need to take at least 3 consecutive spiritual baths, okay? Now, what I would do, Jane, because we are coming into a full moon on Monday, I would probably start on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, okay? Or you can start on the full moon, right? And then go for 2 days after that, okay? But I would definitely do a 3-day cycle, okay? 3-day equals manifestation. You're dealing with arch angles of light, enlightenment coming in. So you definitely I'm hearing 3 consecutive days if you're going to be doing a spiritual bath, okay? If you're doing card cutting, Jane, definitely check out the videos and see what resonates with you, and then you listen to your spirit as to how this is going to be done. You can also do some candle work, okay? Now, let me tell y'all something about going in to practice your own inner magic, or even using using things to exchange energy, okay? You can use, like, I have a crystal that's sit next to me, okay? And crystal holds information, okay? So I have this crystal that sits next to me every time I do reading, and it not only protects, but it also feeds information to me, okay? Now, with that being said, Jane, if I feel I need to charge my crystals, they're gonna let me know. They're gonna let me know what moon cycle. They're gonna let me know exactly where I need to sit them. They're gonna let me know exactly what I need to do. So you may also want to rock with some minerals, some elements. Okay, bring some elements into your work. However, when you go to practice magic, okay, because magic is real, you practice magic every day. Okay, you might not be aware of what you're doing, okay? Um, Perfect example. If you think of a person and that person calls you, yeah, that was magical, okay? Jane is saying she's not with that person anymore, but she can feel that person's energy on her. He's practicing magic. He may not even know that's what he's doing, but we have mental black magic. Whenever you can think of a thing and it manifests and it produces or it comes into this third dimensional realm, that is a form of magic. Now, in this realm, we call it, phenomenons and all of that stuff. And I think that's just because we don't understand how this works. Everything that you see in this third dimensional realm is really coming from that unseen realm. So it has to start in that unseen realm. Okay, so you can equate it to a tree. Let's think of an apple tree, okay? You got the apple seed. You plant the apple seed, right? Now, looking at that apple seed, you don't see 1,000 apples from that one seed, right? You don't even see a tree. You don't even see a full grown tree from that apple seed. That does not mean that that tree does not exist in that apple seed. Okay, so please understand that the tree and the 1,000 apples exist in that one seed. Okay, so everything, and you can't see that tree within that apple seed, right? You can't. So please understand that everything that you manifest, that you can physically see, that you can physically touch, first started in an unseen realm. Okay, I really need you guys to get this, because right now you are going to be manifesting things in real time. You're either going to be manifesting what you fear, or you're going to be manifesting what you love. This is why you're going to have to come into balance. Okay, now if you're going to be practicing magic, let's say candle magic, let's say writing spells, whatever it is you're into. Okay. Now some people is more, we're advanced in their spirituality, where they don't even have to light candles. They could just sit in their third eye and go in and move shit and do shit, right? Whatever you're doing, right? What I want to say to you, if you are working with the arts of magic and you're purposely transferring energy to manifest, and you're using tools to do this, your goal should not be to harm anyone. I'm gonna warn y'all right now. Anybody on here or anybody that you know is doing roots to keep a man, to keep a woman, to hurt a family member, to do fucked up shit, to do fuckery, this is not the time for you to use your energy to do fucked up shit to people. It's not. So if you're going to be using your inner magic and using the elements to help you with that, it should be for your highest good and for the good of the environment. It should not be to fucking hurt people. Okay? Now, there is a difference between purposely hurting someone and protecting yourself. And I want you guys to be aware of that. There's a big difference between you purposely setting up a spell or setting out intentions to hurt someone, right? Versus you protecting yourself. That's why I told you guys the other day, my prayer now is divine justice for everyone involved in this situation. I don't do the vengeful thing no more, I used to do shit like, let me give y'all an example. I used to be on the train, on the subway, and somebody next to me would be smacking their gum, and I hate when people is smacking their gum and clicking. The clicks, you pop the gum, they popping the gum. And I would sit on the train. Now, at that point, I didn't even know that I was this powerful, that shit would come back to me so quickly. At that point, I would think to myself, I wish they could bite their fucking tongue. Like, that's just ridiculous. Like, why are you popping your gum in people's ear, right? So I'm thinking in my head, I wish they can bite their tongue. Okay. Give or take 2 days later, guess who on the train chewing the hell out of some gum, popping the hell out of that gum? And guess who bit her tongue till it bled? Okay, so I put out to the universe, okay, I wish that person could bite their tongue because they over there popping their gum, being disrespectful, right? 2 days later, the same karmic thing that I sent to somebody else that bounced back to me. That person could have been sitting there in good vibration. I'm having a good day. Ain't no evil gonna touch me today. It's my day, right? And shit, in their protective bubble. But here I am sending out vibrations to harm someone. 2 days later, I got that back. So just be mindful. Like, this shit is real and it's happening in real time. The universe don't deliver blind justice. You guys need to understand that, okay? What we consider to be karma. Hey, Jean, how are you? Hey, Arby, how are you? What we consider to be karma, okay? What we consider to be karma is actually cause and effect, okay? Um, okay, is he bothering you? Okay, hold up. Let me block him. I'm going to block him. So I'm going to remove him. I don't have a mediator. You guys just need to let me know. Somebody in the crew, just let me know who we need to get rid of. Not only am I going to block him, I'm going to hide him from the channel. So we're not even going to know. So he's gone. Okay. All right. So if Arby was doing some fucked up shit, like I took him out of the chat, okay? Okay, thank you. All right. Good. Yeah, I blocked him. He can't come back to the channel, guys. Okay. All right. So now, if you, I'm gonna scroll up. So, because I don't have a mediator, so I'm gonna scroll up and see. Okay, so Jane is saying that she walked away from her whole family. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Things. Yeah. Things are changing. Um. So let me see what you guys are saying in here. Okay, so Sam is saying, not Sam, Miss T is saying, that's so true. I'm going through the shift with friends right now, only vibing with ones on similar path of mindset. That's going to be key. You guys need to, and don't force it, especially if you're an empath. Do not force it, okay? If you're an empath, do not force relationships with people that's not on your same vibration, all right? And I also want to tell you guys, watch what you share with people, especially the people that pretend to be supportive. All right, boom. Let me let y'all know this now. There could be friends also in your life right now. What was her name? Was calling them handlers. Like she had name for all of these peoples and categories and labels. And I think I told you guys about the one friend that I had that every time she calls me, you could not get a word in, and it was all the dumping of the energy. And when I would get off the phone with her, I would feel fucking drained, like energetically drained. Okay, so let me give you guys some tips on how you can maneuver some of that. All right, now I do know that there's just certain people that you have to speak to because they're your family, and you have to interact with certain people. I get that. Okay. However, you don't have to share your dreams with them, okay? You don't have to answer the phone every time they call. If you're an empath and your phone rings and you look at the phone and the name, okay, or the person, something is saying, don't answer the phone. Don't answer that phone. Don't pay attention to your intuition. If you're, and especially if you know this person is an energy dumper, okay? If your spirit is strongly telling you this is not the time to take this phone call, you need to start trusting your spirit. This is why I keep saying you guys need to be able to pay attention to your intuition, okay? Now, if you feel the need to answer the phone and you know this person is still an energy vampire, all right? Before they get a word in, hey girl, how you doing? I know I saw your number here. I only got 5 minutes. I just wanted to make sure that you was good because I can't really talk too long, but So 5 minutes in, if that energy and that vibration is not matching what the hell you needed to match, you can get off the phone, okay? Please, it is important for you guys to understand that you got to take control of your shit in this season, okay? This year is all about you solidifying who you are and solidifying the timeline that you're in, right? Now, you can repeat old shit and try to fix shit that you know is broken, that ain't never gonna be fixed. You can do that, right? It's your choice. You can do that, right? And for some people, that's going to be necessary because for some people, they're not going to move past go until they get the lesson. Okay. This is why you guys need to understand that emotional mastery is important, because if you don't get the lesson, you're going to leave Tim, meet up with Larry, and the same fucking issues you had with Tim, guess what? You still going to have that shit with Larry if you're not doing your work. That's how this works. Get the lessons. All right. Your pain is not supposed to keep you stuck. Your pain is supposed to pay you by you getting the lessons, right? Like even when you lift weights, right? Your pain is supposed to pay you so you can get the lessons and move on. You're not supposed to get stuck in that pain. But too often, because of what we've experienced and because it's heavy and maybe because of environment or whatever the circumstances are, it's easy for us to get stuck there. This is not the time to get stuck. And this is exactly the time where a lot of you are feeling like you need to get rid of shit that don't work, relationships that don't work. Some of you, you're even feeling the need to revamp, how you look, your wardrobe. Some of you, yeah, just simply can't take certain music anymore, can't watch certain shows anymore, can't watch the news anymore. You're just really revamping your origin, okay? Coming into center with yourself. That's going to be key this year, okay? Um, okay, so let me scroll down because okay, so righty. Hey Vivian. Vivian, I forgot that you were from Holland, and I think I said, wait, oh Vivian, it's your birthday? Happy early birthday, twin Vivian. Jane, when is your birthday again? You and Vivian are on the same birthday? Okay, Vivian is saying her birthday's Sunday. Okay, happy birthday Sunday. You're Pisces, Vivian. Okay. Uh, okay. All right. All right. So let's see. Let's see. Hey Jay. I'm just scrolling down, everyone. Um, so true. You are what you think. Yes, that's gonna be important. Okay. Um, let's see. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so Janira's saying, yeah, like my older Leo boyfriend said, no good for me. He's an information seeker. You guys, you gotta be able to vibe with people that's where you're headed or where you are, right? It's not gonna work if you're not. Jay is saying, I'm glad you said that. Watch what we impact share. Okay, yep, we're gonna have to watch what we share. Okay. We're gonna have, and especially Pisces. Listen to me, Pisces, and really pay attention to where Pisces placement is in your chart. But Pisces, you guys, especially if you're a sun and moon Pisces, like if you're a triple Pisces, you really need to watch your surroundings because you're just an energetic sponge. Okay. And one of the things that happen, Pisces, is that you guys, if you're not careful, because of your energetic pattern, you can be easily influenced energetically. Okay. So don't share your shit with other people, Pisces, because they'll make you think that the shit that you know you should do, you shouldn't do. Okay. And people, if they're not healed, is always going to give you information based on their perception of a thing or based on their experience of that thing. Okay. Okay, so Miss T said yes. Say it, Kamoy. My roommate is one of them. My roommate secretly wishing, oh, okay, that I fall in my endeavors because they're jealous. Yep. So I stopped sharing my info with my roommate. Yep. Yep. Things are much better. Look at that. Yep. Hey, Capricorn Sun. How are you? Okay, so like my head is banging right now. Oh, okay. So Jane, yesterday, and I don't know, impasse, let me know if you guys were also experiencing this. Yesterday, what I was feeling, Jane, is I did have a headache here. There was pressure here. Um, and at one point, I even felt like my face was moving. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? Am I stressing myself out? I know I had a busy day. And immediately my spirit said, you need to sit down and you need to breathe. Like you need to just relax. You're too tense, right? You're too tense. And I felt headache. I felt a headache yesterday. But let me just say something. There is something major about to happen naturally. Um, there's something major about to happen naturally. Okay. And I know we talked about that maybe last week sometime. There is something going on energetically that's about to happen naturally. And I'm hearing in 3 weeks. If any of my impacts in here, if y'all could, confirm if y'all have been picking anything up spiritually, um, I feel like something is about to go down naturally in the next 3 weeks, and it may involve water. Okay. Um, okay. So Jean, your birthday's the 8th. Oh, Jean's birthday's the 8th too. Okay. When my cousin calls, she refuses to do the shadow work. Yep, I don't pick up the phones after midnight. What? Okay, all right. Yep. Jay is saying she shut it down. Jay, yours is midnight. Jay, mine's go on automatic. Do not disturb at 10 p.m. Automatic disturb at 10 p.m. Let me tell you how powerful this is. Um, I worked in a very high stressful environment in the music entertainment industry. I worked, and if I didn't put boundaries, I would definitely be on call 24 hours. Because when you work in that field or in that business, especially the music aspect of it, the artists, they don't come alive until after midnight. That's when they get popping. So after 9 p.m., that's when they start working. So their prime time of work time would be at the 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. mark. Okay. Now I want you guys to even grab this, right? So their prime time can be anywhere really between the 1 a.m. to the 6 a.m. mark, right? When they're in the studio. That's when all the creative juices are flowing. If you can take a look at that spiritually, this is why you can see creative people would go in the studio at that time. They would go in the studio at that time because that's when the veil to the spiritual realm is thinnest. Okay. So we are in, and I think Florburn called this the rainbow energy. I say it is linked to the energy of the portal from the spring equinox. We're coming out of the underworld, and we're now coming back out. So you should have been able to learn some stuff about yourself in the underworld. Okay, now understand the underworld rules shit. Ain't shit happening without the underworld. Ain't shit happening without your shadow side. So whether or not you master your shadow side still dictates how you fucking move. So believe this. This is why you want to become one with your shadow. Okay? Become one with your shadow. Okay, I can laugh with my shadow now. Like I know there's certain things that I need to master. However, I'm aware of them and I don't force the change. So I go within my shadow side. Like for example, if I'm not careful, I can emotionally shop, right? So I will go buy something, right? No, I don't need it. Look, just buy whatever the fuck, just something that I don't need, okay? Um, just buy it. No, I don't need it. And I would come home and my shadow side was like, you need to take that back. You need to go take that back, okay? Because that is not needed. What you gonna do with that? What you gonna do with that? Remember, we're masters of our money now. So this is how my shadow side is talking to me, right? Because I had to go in and do a whole ritual where I apologize to my shadow side. So now, when I try to go spend money outside of where it's supposed to be allocated, or when I go buy shit that I don't need, I either get caught in the store with my inner voice and my, that dark part of me that I have to reconnect with that tell me, put that shit back. You don't need that. What you buying that for? What you buying that for, right? The light part of me is like, well, it makes me feel happy. Yeah. Now I got 10 teacups, instead of like for what? So I say all of that to say that you guys really need to be able to know who you are better than anybody else. Okay, that's going to be important. Um, you don't want to do the shadow work, guys. You're not going to. Okay, so true. I've been listening to just gospel music. Okay, now Jane, let me give you the tip for when you're listening to gospel music, right? When listening to gospel music, it is important for you to understand the power that you're seeking is not outside of your soul. So, when you're listening to gospel music, listen to gospel music with the enlightenment, that power that you're, the Jesus power or the Christ power is within you. Okay, because if you're seeking outside of yourself for something, it ain't gonna come. It ain't gonna come, and they tell you so in the Bible too. All right. So just know that the God spells are spells. All right. They're supposed to be able to pull out that God energy, that Christos energy in you, the Christ-like energy in within you. All right. So know that you're not separated from that energy. You are that fucking energy. All right. So I just want you to be mindful that you're not calling out to something outside of yourself or someone outside of yourself. Okay. Um, Oh my goodness. Miss T is saying spiritual parasites are looking to latch on as you rise in success. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. And that's another thing too. The narcissists and the gargamels and the hazels are going to be circling back because they're going to be wanting to tap back into their solace. Okay. Now, if you have been freed from any relationship that is emotionally abusive, physically abusive, mental abusive, okay, or spiritual abusive, you need not to circle back. If you are not able to be who you truly are, you need not to circle back, okay? If you feel like you got to go home and walk in eggshells, you need not to circle back. If when you're with this person, there's knots in your stomach, even when okay, so if this person calls and before you answer the phone, you got knots in your stomach, you need not to circle back, okay? Emotional responsibility. Be honest with yourself. Now, some people circle back because they're lonely. This is the shit that's going to get some people fucked up. This right here is going to get some people fucked up. In this case, this is where I would represent maybe go getting you some toys, okay? Because and if it's a sexual link, okay? If this is the case, maybe you need to definitely get you a friend that you can talk to. You're going to need somebody in your ear because if you are feeling lonely, it will be easier for you to circle back to bullshit because you don't want to be lonely, right? There's a difference between feeling lonely and desperate. Okay, so you're gonna have to really watch that. You can be lonely and happy and live a vibrant life, but but don't be lonely to the point where you become desperate and you accept certain things back in your life that you shouldn't. Okay, that's gonna be key. Let's see. Let me scroll down. Um, Jay says, I'm always a work in progress, sis. Our shadow side is, oh, yep. I'm telling y'all, get up with that shadow side. Your shadow side will tell you, honey, it will check you. It will check you. You know how much time my shadow told me to sit my ass down? Sit your ass down. Now you know you need to go apologize because that, come on now. Now you know. This is another thing that my shadow side had to school me on, y'all. This is big right here. My sister called me the other day, right? And she says to me, oh, I was calling you because I was trying to get the gossip, because such and such and such and such and such. I said, oh, well, I didn't even ask such and such and such and such. She's like, you didn't? No, I didn't. I said, because by me asking, that means I have knowledge. And with knowledge comes responsibility. So if I have no knowledge of that shit, I'm not responsible for none of that shit. I'm not responsible for that, right? So no, in this season, with knowledge comes responsibility. That in which you have knowledge of, yeah, you got some type of responsibility for it because now it is in your mental psyche, okay? So if you do not want to be responsible for shit, you do not need to know it, okay? But you need to know yourself, right? You need to be responsible of yourself, and that's the only place we're in right now, okay? If you are seeking for someone else to love you, if you are seeking for someone else to fulfill you, if you're seeking for someone else to make you happy, you will get stressed out. You can get stressed out. And you are going to be in a place where you may accept things that you do not need to accept, okay? Okay, Celeste says, yes, I just cut my hair, okay, got rid of all the negative people and relationships in my circle. Don't you feel lighter, Celeste? Doesn't that feel lighter? Don't you feel a lot lighter? Okay, Aisha is saying, laugh out loud. That happened to me too in in Dollar Tree. I had a basket full of crafts and my shadow side checked me and put Aisha, can I tell you, Aisha, like Dollar Tree, Dollar Tree is my store, y'all. Okay, Dollar Tree, Ross, Beals, is my store. Marshalls, and Walmart. Y'all know I love me some Walmart. Okay, um, I'm telling you, sometimes it be like a cart full of shit too, Aisha. Not just like one or two. Like it be shit that I don't need. Like, do y'all know how much confidence I have bought on the account of emotional shopping? Do you know? Yeah, my son comes in and he be like, Ma, seriously, Mom, how much pillows do you need on your bed? Ma, 10 pillows, Mom? That's ridiculous, Ma. 10 pillows? But then that means I got 10 pillows, which means I need to go get 10 pillowcases. So, and then 10 pillowcases don't come with the comforter set. So not only do I have to buy the comforter set, then I have to get all the extra. It's just, yeah. It makes no sense. Jasmine said, yeah, I'm like ready to throw all my things out and start over. Jasmine, can I tell you something? I've done that before. I've started over before. I've had to do that a few times. Vivian is saying, true greater is he that is in me than he. Yep. Now, Vivian, let me tell you something too, Vivian. You need to add greater is he and she because you have masculine and feminine aspects, okay? You have masculine and so okay, so boom. This is how we can look at it. You can look at your shadow side because that's like your emotional body as like the feminine energy, right? And you can look at the person or the you that you portray to the world as the masculine energy, right? So if we're looking at that energy in terms of zodiac, that will be the moon energy, which is the feminine energy inside of you, your shadow side, right? Because the moon, sometimes you can't see the moon. The moon is in the shadow, right? Or you can look at the sun's energy as a masculine energy, okay? So even when the sun is in your birth chart, right, and the sun is highlighting your birthday, that is the outer you that you show to the world. So when you really want to know who you are from a spiritual aspect of how you operate in this third dimensional realm, you want to check your moon sign. Okay, go to your moon sign. That is going to give you at least an idea of energetically how you create and how you think and how you operate emotionally. Okay, that's important. I always say check your moon sign because your moon sign is going to tell your sun sign what to project out to the world. The moon sign is the womb. That is where things are grown. This is where things come together, okay? The sun sign is the intent, okay? So be careful of the intent that you are given to things to be birthed, okay? That's important, okay? hails to the year. Vivian, can I tell you something? The whole Bible is a book of spells. The whole Bible is decoded. The whole Bible is about you, your body. The seven temples is the seven chakras. The 12 disciples is the 12 zodiacs. The 12 zodiac sign. So if you can understand that on all religious aspects, everything is an allegory. We're not separated from everything, right? This is why you cannot separate religion and science and spirituality and science, because it's all one. All right. That which is hidden, or that which you can see first, came from the hidden. So there's no way that you can validate, right, what you can see without that first validating the hidden. Somebody had to think of Victoria's Secret very sexy before this could even come out, right? Somebody had to think and say, I want a fragrant, and I would like it to smell like this. It has to be sexy. There had to be some type of unseen thought that was accumulated in one's mind to create a product, right? There had to be something brewing within me to create a channel. So just know there's always within you. You are not separated from anything, all right? So how could you have the son without the mother? I've always wondered that in religion. You have the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. You got the Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. But where's the mother? Can't shit come into being without feminine energy, without a womb, without a mother? I always thought about that. Like, okay, so the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost. But where the mama at? Where the mama at? But y'all ever notice how the Holy Ghost is the most powerful thing? That's where the mama is hidden. Because the Holy Ghost is that consciousness. The Holy Ghost is that which all things are birth, aka feminine energy, aka the womb. Okay? I explained the unk to you guys the other day. This is the womb. This is the female womb. This is the womb. Okay? This is the life force. This is where all things come and they're created. This is a child. Okay? And this is the phallic, the penis. Okay? So the penis goes up into the womb and it creates child. So we're talking about spirit, which is here, the woman's womb, the Holy Spirit. Spirit, which is the woman womb. Okay. We're talking about matter. Okay, which is the man, the phallic. Okay, this is the intent that goes up. Okay, and we're talking about mind. When you bring both of them together, you understand everything is one. There's nothing separated. Okay, and if you guys want more information of the Ankh, you can really look it up, because there's many different aspects of this symbol, and you guys see this symbol all over the place. Now, an interesting thing is, let me tell y'all something. And Vivian, this is for Vivian. Vivian, this symbol of the Ankh is where the cross in Christianity come from. This is just like where the cross comes from. But what they did was they fucking took out the Holy Ghost, the womb. So now you just got the Father and the Son. So if you remove the wound, you now have a cross. So we're coming back into a season and into a time when the womb is reappearing. Okay, matriarch energy is apparent. You can't do anything without the womb. You can't do anything without feminine energy, right? This is why you can see men, I'm not going to say all men, men that has had a upbringing where their mother was not loving, caring, and protective in the early beginning stages of their lives usually have problems with women. They usually don't know how to love well. Okay, now that is something that they may have to work through to be able to love and appreciate a woman. Okay, but that may be an aspect of them that they've tucked away in their shadow side, that they then now have to reflect how they feel about their mama towards other women. Okay, so just this, yeah. So when you start removing the wound, when you start removing the feminine energy, the emotions from things, right? Your triggers, your puppets. Okay, what are you creating? So that's important for you guys to understand that. All right. Okay. Jay is saying. Okay. Let me see. Jane is saying. All right. So. Okay, a vision keep popping up in the front of my face. My ex-Sagittarius is pointing to something and telling me to look. I can't see past a bright light. All I keep hearing is look, look, look. Okay. He's trying to show me something. My head is heavy. And what he do. Okay. Jane, do you know how to speak in tongues? Do you know how to, so you can do a few things, right? You can do a few things immediately to calm this down. You can start speaking your light language. If you're not speaking tongues, I would start doing that, okay? Because then actually that breaks down that'll cut the connection, and that will put you in direct communication with your higher self and with source. Okay, and that's also your archaic language. So if you know how to do that, you can. And like I said, you can literally, this is where, Jane, this is where the work comes in, right? This is where the work comes in. You're going to have to research cord cutting. You're going to have to get up in your meditation. Okay, you're going to have to do what you need to do spiritually, to end this. I don't know if you've taken any spiritual bath, but you still have a soul tight connection to this gentleman that you would need to do the clearing. Okay, so you're going to have to clear your aura or your energetic field of this energy. All right, now, in the meantime, like I said, I'm hearing bats. I'm hearing you need to take bats, but you need to do it for 3 consecutive days. Okay. I'm also hearing you're gonna have to get up in some type of meditation. Okay, you're gonna have to get up in some type of meditation. And for those of you that are very, very sensitive in your empaths, and you feel people pulling at you, because we talked about this, you're going to feel people pulling on you. All right, at least until the retrograde is over, and depending on what they uncovered in the retrograde, and if they really know that they fucked up, and if they're really energetic vampires and they're not being able to pull energy from where they are, and they want that solace, they're all going to pull on you. Okay, so you are going to have to protect yourself. All right, can't nobody do that for you. And let me tell y'all something about the spiritual walk and how this happens. You got to be consistent with your work. It may take you repeating to yourself 1,000 times a day, I am fearfully and wonderfully made and divinely protected. You may have to repeat that 100 times a day. Hi, sweetie bee. How was school today? Say hi to the wizard. Say hi.
Hi.
Okay. Okay, so I'm
Picture?
live. Huh?
Picture?
Oh, when I'm finished with my live, you can get it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I love you.
It's right here.
Yeah, I know, but when I'm finished with my live, you can have it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I promised I was gonna draw her a picture. I have not done it yet, though. I have not drawn her picture yet, so I'm gonna have to do that when I'm finished with the live. Okay, so Jane, you're gonna have to do a spiritual bath. You're gonna have to do a spiritual bath, Jane. My dad has mother wounds. Okay, Jasmine says her dad has mother wounds. Jane, you're going to have, Jane, you're going to have to do a spiritual bath. Jane, let me know if you know how to speak in tongues. Does anybody else on here speak light language or tongues? You may have to do that today. Today I got some information, man. I had to get up in my light language today when I was driving. Oh, Capricorn Sun said The Power of the Psalms is the book she purchased. Okay, so if you guys want to get up on some of those magical spells in that Psalms book, yes. Let me tell y'all something. Psalms, they got some strong Psalms in there. They got protective spells in the Psalms. So you guys, Psalms be rocking. They got shit up in there that y'all could use. Jay is saying, my shadow self lets me know ahead of schedule about my family's, my ex. She was like, bitch, don't act shocked because you already knew. Jay, I love it. Jay's a fellow Scorpio too. Did we got Tanya on here? I didn't see Tanya come in. I don't know if we got Tanya on here today, but Tanya's another Scorpio too. Your shadow side would check your ass. Okay, Celeste says, what does this mean when you are seeing an open door, but you see 3 shadows passing in and out of it, okay? And the shadows disappear, and one hovers over me right in my face until I wake up. That could be your guys. And you could be going in and out of dimensions, Celeste. I would ask, Celeste, how this works, Celeste? You can ask questions, guys. They will tell you. You can ask questions. They will tell you. Now, let me give my empaths a little clue right here also, right? A lot of what's happening now, you will not be able to find everything in books. And when you do find things in books, or you do find things on YouTube, it will be more of a way to validate what you already feel and you already know, okay? So if you're looking for somebody else to tell you how your personal walk is going to be spiritually, I can't tell everybody's experience is different. What I can tell you, these are the signs. signs, these are the symptoms, you may experience it different. It's just like pregnancy. Some people don't experience morning sickness. Some people experience morning sickness for only a couple of months, couple of weeks. Some people have it for their whole pregnancy. It really depends on where you are, what you're here to learn, right? How much trauma you've been through that you need to release, okay? So you're going to have to really I want to say get to know yourself. So ask questions, Celeste. Okay, now three. So let me just tell you how I would approach this. Okay, Celeste, let me just tell you how I would approach this. There are a couple of things that you said. An open door, right? Whenever I hear open door, I think open opportunity, right? They're not closing the door in my face. It's an open door, right? Now, it's an open door. Now, you said you see at least three shadows passing, okay? That could be three people, three opportunity, three maybe three decisions, okay? You said three shadows passing in and out, okay? Now, and then the shadows disappear and one hovers, okay? So does all three shadows disappear and then a fourth hovers, or does two shadows disappear and then one hover? So all of this is important. And then does the shadow that hover, can you detect an energy from that shadow? Did it feel feminine? Did it feel masculine? Did it feel like someone you know? Did you feel like that energy was trying to give you a message? Did you feel safe? Did you feel scared? Like, you would have to investigate all aspects of this, because the dream, for example, for me, elephants can mean prosperity, longevity, and love, right? For somebody else, elephants can mean I need to run as hell, because when I was 10 and I went to the zoo, we went to elephant this, and then my friend, something traumatic happened, with an elephant, that now elephant to you symbolizes something is coming and you may have to run. So be mindful, right? So tap into what does shadows symbolize to you. Tap into how you felt when they showed up. Your feelings, like you want to pay attention to everything that's going on, not just what you see, but what you feel. Okay. If you didn't feel fearful, then you know that energy wasn't there to hurt you. They're there to give you information. If you felt fearful, then okay, what are they trying to warn me about? Many different aspects that you can go with that. Okay. Ashley says, pretty sure her husband has mother wounds. Okay. My ex has mother wounds. Uh-huh. Hey, Bree, how are you, sweetie? Capricorn said, son, I felt it. Okay, so Sam said, I felt it. Okay, I've done baths. Okay, so yeah, see, Jane. Sam is saying she's done the bath, the cord cutting meditation. Okay, and this letter, I think I felt it now because he's pissed about the letter. Okay, he's pissed about the letter. There are also things that you can, there are things that you can do, like I said, magically. But I don't advise anybody to go practicing anything magically if you are not balanced within yourself emotionally, because whatever you put out against someone, you put out to yourself. Now oh yeah, Bree, Proverbs is lit. Yes, Bree, Proverbs is lit. Okay. Bree is talking about Proverbs is lit. Proverbs is lit with them spells. And y'all want to get up on Revelations, because Revelations is talking about your chakra system all day, every day. So you want information about shit? Get up on Revelations. Now that I'm thinking, okay, mental note to self. I want to say Revelations, I kind of feel is linked to Netronomicon in some type of way. I don't have the book in front of me. I don't know if any of you have heard about Netronomicon, but I started studying that book, and what I've discovered is it is talking about the seven chakras within the sun system. So it talks a lot about the gateways. Now, like if you and this is what I want to say. Let me just tell you how I move. I move like this spiritually. If I have somebody telling me you should not research that because that's evil, my inner being tells me, yes, that's that shit right there. You need to go research and you need to study. Anything you're telling me I should not do spiritually, I know I need to go check that out. Because why shouldn't I do that? Right? Why is astrology evil? Why shouldn't I study astrology? Okay, when technically, now bust this, why should I not study astrology when technically that shit is all over the Bible? The three wise men, they were astrologers, right? Why shouldn't I study the arts of magic when that was all up in the Bible? They stay summoning shit and summoning demons and shit in the Bible. So why shouldn't I study that? right? Why should I not study my gift of healing, right? Why should I not study my gift of prophecy, right? Why should I not do that? So this is what I'm saying. That book is not a book for you to follow a person. That book is a book for you to unfold in who you are as a person. And if you can grab that, then you start to read it differently. Then you understand it's coded, okay? Um, Thank you. Vivian, she is adorable. Let's see. Jane is saying, I'm way late on the comments, y'all. So just excuse me because I'm scrolling down. What does it mean seeing waves in oceans? Okay. So what does that represent to you? So let me tell you what it means to me, Vivian, right? I can tell you what it means to me. This is why I say when you're seeking out information spiritually, you're going to know if it's for you because something is just going to resonate, right? You don't have to it's just going to, you're just going to know. This is why I say whenever you're researching something, if one video does not resonate and it doesn't ring it true to you, go to the next one. Okay, if that one doesn't ring true, go to the next one, because there is something that's matching your vibration or your frequency to break down the information in a way that you need to receive it. Okay, so for me, whenever I see waves in the ocean water, spirit, purity, clarity, right? Waves, frequency, that's what that would mean to me. Okay, Vivian. So that's what that would mean to me. But once again, it's up to you to find out. Ocean could, to some people, could mean death because they almost drowned, or it could trigger fear. So be just, anytime you're doing any type of dream interpretation, although I have the dream interpretation book, I got it around here somewhere. 10,000, dream interpretations or something like that. Whenever you're interpreting a dream, you can go with a basic or general meaning, but you still need to understand that an orange may represent something different to you than it does to somebody else. A cat, a dog, if somebody got bit by a dog, to me, a dog represents God, right? But if somebody got bit by a dog to them could mean somebody's going to hurt them. So just know that, okay? It's difficult for you to truly understand shit if you're not going within yourself. If you're waiting for someone to explain your shit to you, you're going to be triggered all the time. You're going to be triggered all the time. Okay. No, I don't know how. Only when I'm mad I speak in tongues. Okay. All right. So Jade is saying she doesn't know how. Jade, it doesn't have to make sense. So if you can speak it when you're mad, you can speak it when you're not mad. You just need to practice. If you can speak it when you're mad, you can speak it when you're not mad. Do not try to figure it out, because what's happening is you're also waking up your archaic language or your light language, okay? So I'll break out in my light language or tongues all day. I'll be up in the car, I'll be up in the car going in. Hand movement and everything. Somebody looking outside next to me in the other car will sit and think, oh, wow, she cursing somebody out. Because I be all up in it, right? So if you can speak in it when you're mad, you can speak in it when you're not mad, okay? Get out your head. Don't try to figure it out. Let it flow. The more you let it flow, you are tapping into your higher self in different realms. Let it flow. Just let it flow, all right? And you will be surprised as to what can unfold when you relieve that part of yourself, okay? Oh my goodness, Jay, did he not? He has some. Okay, now, Jay, get this. See, because what they're not explaining to you when they talk about King Solomon in the ring, the ring where he contained all of the demons, right? Um, Notice, Jane. I think the 72 demons, isn't it the 72 demons of King Solomon, right? Right, the 72 demons of King Solomon, dark side, shadow side work. Okay, now let me just also explain to you guys that has so many different levels of meaning. That is also, when you look at it, the flip side to that is you also have 72 languages of God, or 72 names of God, right? You got 72 demons of Solomon, you got the 72 names of God. Hence light, dark, there's a balance. Okay, so if you can have 72 demons, well, over here, flip over, you got 72 names of God. There's always a balance of everything. Now, when you can look at things from the aspect of polarity, up, down, negative, positive, and you want to stay in the balance of the middle, you don't get caught up with that. You understand that your demons are that shadow work that you need to do. And if you're not careful, you can get caught up in other people's demons, because you've opened yourself up to that, right? That's what happens when you know you should be exiting a situation and you stay. You're entertaining someone else's demons, right? Yeah, that's not the time for this. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. Sam said she has Solomon's seal over her doorways. Look at that. Mm-mm-mm. I think we need to get into that one day, guys. We need to get into that Solomon energy one day. Okay? Um, yep. Bree saying Proverbs is lit. Okay, so let me scroll down. Hey, Tiffany. Oh, thank you, Tiffany. How are you, my love? Yep. Capricorn sun, knowledge is wisdom. Yep. And let me tell y'all something. With knowledge comes responsibility. So now that you have that knowledge, you got to yield your wand. Yield your wand. Okay? Yield your wand. I tell you guys, I be sitting here talking to my guys and I be talking to the universe just like I talk to y'all. When somebody hurts me or somebody makes me mad or somebody makes me angry, and I need the universe to check them, I'm the first one to be like, now I know you saw what this motherfucker did. Now how much more times I gotta be nice? All right, you telling me not to say nothing because you're not gonna. You telling me not to say nothing. So when you gonna check them? Don't you see all the shit they be doing? When they get checked, I'm constantly being checked. Why am I constantly being checked? And you have motherfuckers over here not being checked. You need to check them. You need to check them. This is how I be talking to them. Like seriously, y'all gotta know you got some power. You got some power. Even in the Bible, what it say? Bring me back to remembrance of the things that I promised you, right? What it say? No weapon formed against me shall prosper. What it say? You are gods, but you will die like mere men because you don't know who you are. It says that. Psalms 82. Read Psalms 82. It tell you who the fuck you are in Psalms 82, y'all. Plain, black and white. It tells you. Tells you who you are. Psalms 82. Read that shit. It's there, okay? Celeste is saying she's been experienced this and so much more. Oh my goodness. Celeste, you're an empath also. You're an empath also, Celeste. I don't know, Celeste, do you not see? Because I know they keep saying you're a seer. I felt the one that was hovering wanted to tell me something or just wake me up. Okay, but I don't know for sure. No fear. Okay, so Celeste is saying that there was no fear. Okay, Celeste, so that's good. Now ask questions. They're trying to share. Ask questions now, because you're an empath, Celeste. So hey, is Heem in the building? Hey, Heem, how are you? Heem is in the building, y'all. Okay, so Jay is saying, I used the short circuit things when I was younger. Oh my goodness. Jane, that happens to me now. Not Jane, Jay. Jay, that happens to me now. Even, sometimes I could just see I touch something, the electricity just sparking off my hand. I short circuit light out. This one hasn't gone bad. I short circuit light. The lights in the bathroom comes on and off when it wants to now. And when I go to just change out the bulb, it still flickers and does its own thing. I've gotten used to that now. Yeah. I've gotten used to that now. Has anybody else been feeling super tired too? I felt tired today also. Celeste is saying, okay. KJ is saying, what do you feel about hearing doorbells or knocks on the door when no one is there? KJ, can I tell you something? I hear that all the time. Not the doorbells per se, KJ, but I often would walk in the house, right? And no, KJ, it's like I could hear like conversations, KJ, and I have to stop, KJ, and like mute everything or stand to make sure, like, where the fuck is that coming from? Like I have to stand to make sure there's not a radio on or to make sure that I didn't leave the TV on, in the basement, to make sure the kids don't got the TV on in the room. Like I gotta be really quiet. And then it be nothing, KJ. It be nothing, right? So to answer your questions, I don't get scared about that anymore because I just know it's a gift. What I feel like I do hear, KJ, if I can be honest with you, I feel like I'm hearing things from a different dimension because the veil is this thin. Definitely, hold on, guys. I gotta put. There's definitely guys like a. I don't know how to do this. I did something to my camera that I should not have done. There's definitely guys like a. Fuck, I forgot what I was saying, guys. I'm sorry about that. I forgot to put my camera on do not up. Sorry, y'all are getting my pot. Y'all are getting my pot. You guys are getting my pot. Sorry about that. My flower pot. Now, let's see. All right. So KJ, that's how I feel about that. I'm used to that now. That just, you know what that says to me, KJ? That means that you're sensitive. You're an empath. Um, Now, what I will say, KJ, is pay attention to see if anything is being whispered to you, KJ. You might be getting a message, so I would pay attention to that. Okay, so you do experience that too, KJ. Okay, I would pay attention to that. Just yeah, like and see. And I don't know if you watched the episode, KJ, when I was talking about I can tell when I have someone that has transitioned that's trying to come through, because for me it comes through as I smell the hospital. Like there's a very strong sense of the hospital, and I smell that for days. So pay attention to your smells too, KJ, because I think you're more tapped in than you may be giving yourself credit for. Okay. I'm doing more and more self work. Yeah, and Celeste, the more you do more self work, you will be unlocking different gifts of yourself. A lot of you, just so you guys know, a lot of you hidden, well, latent gifts. A lot of you, your gifts are coming into alignment. Okay, like I said, some of you may feel the need to change your diet. Some of you may feel the need to exercise more. Some of you may feel the need to incorporate meditation. There's just going to be a change within certain things that you do. There's going to be maybe a need to switch it up. It may be difficult at first, but if you're feeling that push and that urge to switch things up, please do so. Okay. Um, let's see. I missed something. Uh, okay. Um, Heme and Jane. Okay, Heme and Jane, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, y'all don't take the conversation over to the other side, okay? So Jane is saying yes, Jane. Heme, you need to send Jane some love today. She's having a difficult, energetic, emotional day, Heme. So she needs love. We're gonna love bomb Jane today, but we're not gonna take our love back, Jane, okay? We're not gonna love bomb you and pull it back. Like I'll love bomb, you can keep it. Okay. So let's send Jane some loving energy because we know she's having a she's maneuvering through today. Okay. Jay is saying this, okay, sis, so through I'm like, how many times do I have to forgive the same sibling? Yep, and keep hurting people. You don't anymore. Um, hey, heme. Okay, let's see. Okay, so Jane is feeling drained. Jane, you need to pay attention to that too. So, impacts, please listen to me, okay? If you are feeling drained and you have an opportunity to take your naps during the day, Kelly laughs at me because I talk about morning naps. Because my sleep is so crazy. By the time my last son goes to school, about he leaves maybe about 8 o'clock in the morning. I have to take a morning nap because I could be up until 3 in the morning. Then I crash, for 2 hours, and then I'm back up again. So I do have to take morning naps. And she's like, I don't know anybody that takes morning naps. I don't have regular sleep. Um, Okay, so Bree is saying she do it feels like yes, Bree. So I want you guys to know energetically, you're not crazy. We're all experiencing this, especially our empaths and the light workers. Okay, you may feel more exhausted than normal. I kind of feel like after the spring equinox, that's going to balance out. You guys just need to understand that we're coming out of uh uh the dark um the dark realm, right? So like how what do you call it, when the time changes, we go into the dark, right? We like Scorpio season, we go into the underworld. We're coming out of the underworld. Okay, so the sun is coming back up. So if you can look at it as, I know I'll be showing y'all these diagrams all the time. If you can look at it as, the circle, right? We were in the underworld, so we're now coming up like vibrationally we're starting to come up from the underworld. So you're feeling yourself go up, but still coming back down, and then go up and coming back down. But once we get up, you guys, right, after the spring equinox, it should level out. Okay, now I want to say this though, although the energy is going to level out, right? The year 2020 is still going to be about you being able to solidify who you are internally. Okay. This is how, like I talked about in the beginning, You're going to be adjusting friendships, leaving relationships. Some of you may even decide to step out on faith and start that business for that hobby that that you've been wanting to do, right? So whatever changes are coming through for you right now, whatever feels like it's a press or whatever feels urgent that you may need to make a change in because it just feels lighter, please do so. I am not saying to you that it's going to be easy. That is not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is if you can take one step at a time and be consistent one day at a time, you would literally get to like the end of the year and be like, oh, fuck, this was a year, but I did it, okay? So you don't fight with energy, right? Because whatever you fight, you ignite, right? So you don't want to fight with the energy. You just don't want to entertain anything that's not vibrating what you are right now, okay? Um, Jamie is saying, I know when I had a dream like that, I was in the ocean and the goddess jumped. Okay, so uh, who asked that question? Was that Vivian? No, that wasn't Vivian. Who asked the question about the what? Celeste. Celeste. Jamie is saying you might even want to look into the goddess Yaminya. Okay. You look into the goddess Yaminya. Okay, Celeste, and see if any of her energy um resonates with you. Okay. Let's see. Bree says 3 knocks someone passed over. Okay. Okay, Bree is saying 3 knocks someone passed over. Okay. So Bree is also saying, Celeste, that so Bree's that 3 knocks on the door, you mean? Is that like if you're having a dream and you're saying 3 knocks on the door? Okay. I hear knocks sometimes. Oh, I hear knocks sometimes and I have to pay attention. I have to pay attention because sometimes I hear the knocking and I'll be like, come on in, sweetie, And then nobody's at the door and I'll be like, fuck, who did I just invite in here? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck, so now I'm starting to have to ask myself, who is it? So now instead of saying come in, so sometimes when I hear the knocks and I say come in, then I know, okay, then I have to do, okay, if you're not here for my better good, you need to get the fuck out because you're not welcome. But I have heard knocks and just said come in, just because that's, the normal response. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Zizi, what's the matter? You lost your phone. You don't know where you put it?
I put it to charge last night.
Oh, did you ask your grandma if she know where it is?
She said she was looking over.
Okay, but you don't have to fight about that, Mama. Maybe grandma cleans your room, huh? Okay, I'll help you look when I'm off my live, okay? So don't cry anymore. Auntie will help you look. Or we can cast on your TV, okay? Okay, we'll look for your phone when I'm finished. I'm telling y'all, 6-year-old crying because she can't find her phone. 6-year-old crying. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. Hey, Beatrice, how are you? Beatrice is saying she just woke up, been feeling sick for 2 weeks now. This coughing thing is kicking my butt. Okay, Beatrice, start doing some meditation, Beatrice, and thanking the universe that you are now perfectly healthy and whole and happy in every way. Okay. Mentally start telling yourself that you're feeling better. All right. Definitely you want to make sure that you do what you need to do as far as any medication you need to take, but also you want to make sure that you're getting your third eye correctly. I have literally mentally healed myself. I used to have this hacking. What do they call that cough? The dry cough that's like deep in your chest. And because I have seasonal allergies, and whenever I would feel it coming, Beatrice, I would talk to that cough and tell it was not welcome, and literally by the next day it would be gone. So one of the ways that you guys can do that too, I think her name is Mary Baker Eddy. Is another book that I have in my library, and she's really good, Beatrice, of helping you to deal with the subconscious mind and healing. She's all about healing. Okay. She's all about healing. That's a really good book. It's a hard, it's not like an easy read, Beatrice. But what I can say is if you just go in and turn to a page that you're guided by and you can get the information that you need, there's really no need to read page to page. Like you read what you need as you go, okay? Okay, Jane is saying, when I was 14, I plugged up the radio and it sparked so bad the wall. Oh my goodness. Okay. Uh huh. Oh wow. Okay. Uh huh. Yeah, Jane, you got powerful energy. But I think we talked about that. I don't know if we talked about that already, Jane. So with that powerful energy, you can definitely get up in there and cut some cords, Jane. Um, you can. After that, they, me, and uh, she said, me and electricity are not friends. Huh? Well, I would say becomes friends with electricity because you are a magno-electric being. You are electric. You are energy. You are electrical energy, right? So I would say you might want to embrace that you are a ball of energy. All right. You are that divine spark. Okay, Vivian is saying, I asked one day to listen to you here and you're strong knock at the door and I laughed because nothing happened. It was like afternoon. While at night we were laying in the bed and it knocked a beat. Huh. Now Vivian, was that your guide that you asked if they were there? Because Vivian is saying she asked questions in reference to the knock. Okay, so KJ is saying that she hear piece KJ. I'm telling you, when I first and for me, I don't know about you, KJ, but it's not getting any. It's actually getting KJ, for me, it's actually getting more frequently. This is not something that's going on. So like I want to say on a daily basis, KJ, I can hear. I can literally hear, and I don't really think it's from. I haven't figured out if it's in this dimension, just not in this place. But because I know that we're constantly in different timelines, KJ, I literally feel like I'm hearing maybe a different version of me or the people in another timeline in the house. Like I feel like I'm hearing because they're in the house. Like I'm hearing the voices in the house. Um, okay, so Jane is saying I see things move like when I walk in the room all the. Okay, okay, so okay, Does that? Are you afraid of Jane? Jane, does that make you fearful, or are you okay with that? Uh, all right. The man that passed in my father's apartment comes to visit me, and when he's there, I smell cigarette smoke. Okay, so Jasmine is saying she can tell by that man because of smoke. Okay, I smell hospitals. So there is no general shit. It's all personal speaking to. Yep, Vivian Pounds. I don't know if y'all saw what Vivian wrote, but Vivian, you summed it up. There really is no generalship, Vivian. It's all personally speaking to us, right? Now, collectively, Vivian, because we are all connected. Okay, so let me break it down like this, Vivian, right? We are all connected. So you got your fingers and you got your toes, right? Your toes don't necessarily tell your fingers what to do, right? But they're all still a part of the body. They're still all in the body and they all have their own individual function. But your toes are going to function differently, right? Your toes, I mean, you can train your toes to type if you need to, but your toes are different. Your toes, on your sole of your feet and your toes, they may have a little bit more different, not different, the fingerprints is different, right? They shape differently. Your toes have different functions. So your toes are to ground you, or your feet are to ground you. Okay, they have a purpose. Your fingers are to heal, right? Or your hands are to heal. So that doesn't mean that because my hands doesn't speak to my toes means that my healing activation in my hands doesn't work, or that doesn't mean that the grounding activation in my feet don't work because my hands are not telling my feet what to do. Okay, we're all part of one big consciousness, although our experiences, the way that we interpret things will be different. Okay, so Vivian got it right. It's going to be different for everybody. Okay. Okay, so Bree says she smelled her grandma's Avon when she's present. Okay. Heem said he woke up at 3:33 this morning. Okay. Heem, pay attention to what's being said. Or pay attention to what's on your mind. Or pay attention to what you can't shake. Because at that time of the morning, messages are definitely coming through. Okay. Jay is saying the animals will let you know when people aren't right. Wild animal used to show up okay, look at that. Yep. Jay, can I tell you something? Whenever I see the cats in the neighborhood start like patrolling the driveway and stuff, I always think of the energy Setmit. This is how I always think of Setmit because that's what pops up in my spirit, right? So especially when they start crying, like I always think of her. That's who pops up in my spirit. And I know for me, when I think of Setmit, she's that protector, she's that fierce one, right? So yeah, I'm with you on that. They're definitely gonna let you know what's going on. And the birds. Oh my God. Is Sam in here? I think Sam is in here. Sam, remember the bird? Sam got birds, but yep, Sam is in here. I was sharing with the crew, like there was this bird that would pop up. And at one point, I was telling the crew that the bird would come over. And at one point, the bird almost pricked me. Like this happened for days. And it wasn't until I asked the bird, "What are you trying to tell me?" And I got the message that it stopped coming. Okay, once I acknowledged it, that it was here to give me a message, and I asked what the message was, and I telepathically received the message. It came back like once the next day, and then the bird did not it did not come back. Okay, all right, Heem. Jane gave her email address, Heem, so you can check that out. Okay, so Sam Smith is saying, I was in meditation and a guy I liked came across my mind. A voice came to me and said, he's thinking of you right now. Woke up the next day with a text from the same saying, I was thinking about you yesterday. Uh-huh. Sam, this shit is real, Sam. This shit is real, Sam. Samantha Smith. Sam, she's saying Samantha Smith is also saying she's been hearing voices for the past month. I mean, the past few months. Now, can I tell y'all something? Like, you know how we're talking about hearing voices now? I want to say maybe 10 years ago, if we would have this conversation, we'd be deemed crazy, right? But that's just to show you just energetically and spiritually where we are. Things have shifted, okay? All right, KJ saying, yes, I can hear my kids calling my name while they're sleeping. Look at that, KJ. And KJ, can I tell you something? My Okay, sorry. KJ, let me tell you something. My oldest son, I used to watch him when he was sleeping, and I would always wonder why does he twitch so much? And sometimes I would wake him up because I didn't have understanding. And he's about to be 15, so this is when he was younger. It wasn't until I started taking control and rising my kundalini and balancing my energy within myself, KJ, that I understood every time you relax. And he was exiting his body, but I didn't know that, KJ. So he was letting the denseness go of the physical body so he can go do, like travel in the astro realms. But I didn't know that until I myself literally started to do the work, the energetic work that I needed to do to see the signs of that. So I don't know how much of you experience this doing your meditations, right? How long have we been on for? Okay, I'm gonna just do this for a few minutes, and then my son will start coming home. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Aisha. Aisha got you. Thank you, Aisha. I appreciate it. Um, when I started doing my energetic work, guys, I didn't know that. I didn't know. First of all, I personally do not meditate sitting up. I don't do that. I meditate lying down, okay? And I am also okay if I fall asleep doing meditation because I personally know that I astral travel, okay? So, but I meditate lying down, and I very rarely fall asleep in meditation. I very rarely fall asleep in meditation now. And KJ, this is just piggybacking off of something that KJ said with the kids. I very rarely fall asleep in meditation now, but when I do used to fall asleep, okay, yeah. When I do go into meditation, what I do find, KJ, is as I start to detach from my body, I go into like shakes. Like I don't want to say convulsions, but I go into shakes. I then, KJ, can feel the energy pulsating through my body, so much so, KJ, that the energy is so strong at times. If I'm lying down, I get forced up. There are times that I can feel the energy pulsating through my hands that I can't even close my hands. I got to just hold it straight because the energy's like vibrating through my hands. I did a sound bath meditation one time, and I started off in one side of the floor in the sound bath meditation. By the time I got up, I was in someplace else. And I remember literally feeling the fucking electricity moving through my body that I thought I was going to die. I've never felt it that strong. But the sound bath, she was activating all of my chakras. She was cleansing all of the chakras. And once all of that was done, there was a surge of fucking energy that came through. And I have to be honest, John, it scared the shit out of me. It scared the shit out of me because it was intense and I couldn't move. I was stuck frozen, but I was stuck frozen with my hands out like it. Yeah, it was not a comfortable experience. Some of my balancing a not comfortable experience, and also depending on what I'm healing and what I'm going through, and depending on what chakra it gets to, I can tell when a chakra has gained too much heavy energy. Because if I just did a cleansing and it was flowing properly, if I'm going through something and I'm keeping energy trapped too much, then that chakra may be a little bit more painful as I'm rising my kundalini energy. I can always tell which chakra is blocked as I'm doing my meditative work. Okay, so I personally, like I said, I don't like to meditate sleeping. I don't like to meditate sleeping. Jane is saying, only my son will get up and walk around the house and then stand there. Okay, wait. So let me go up. I used to sleepwalk as a child. Oh, really? Oh, wow. Yeah. He's not in this dimension. Like yeah. He's not in this dimension, Jane. And only yeah. You were not. Yeah. I get. Okay, Sam says she gets a falling sensation now. Yes. So Sam, let me tell you something, right? If you continue with that falling, that Sam, if you continue with that falling sensation, what happens is you get to a place that I talk about, or this is probably what they would consider to be nirvana in heaven. Sam, you get to a place. Remember when I described meeting my higher self, that ball of light that did went into the stars and changed things, Sam? You get to a place, right, where after that falling effect, you get to a place, Sam, where it's nothing but peace, love. I mean, you can feel the energy so strong that you don't fucking want to come out. You don't want to open your eyes. You don't want to move. You don't want to do nothing. It just feels like pure, unconditional love. Everything is okay. Everything exists. You're not wanting for anything. Okay. So keep following that falling sensation, Sam, because you will get there. You will get there eventually. Okay. If you have not done so yet. Oh, really? I didn't know. Okay. So Sam said she used to get the C. Okay. Uh-huh. I think we did talk about that, Sam. I don't remember what I said about that. But I've had the sleep paralysis too. I think we did. And I don't know if I explained. Sometimes that can happen when you're either when your body and your spirit has not fully come back together. So you haven't fully made it back into your body, Sam. I have had experiences where I had sleep paralysis because I was in between realms, and I could hear people calling me, but there was nobody in the room with me. There was nobody there, so I could clearly hear the communication. I couldn't move. I felt suppressed. Right. I just felt the pressure and I couldn't move, but I knew no one was trying to harm me. I had enough information and knowledge at that point to know that I had not fully gotten back in my body yet. Okay. Oh, really? I would stand over my mom. Oh, wow. Okay. I don't know, only. I'm wondering if you were protecting her for something that was happening in the other realm. And I say that because I don't know if I told you guys, I had a dream, and in this dream, I saw like this jinn entity, and the jinn entities are like very dark entities. They could have red eyes or orange, red and orange eyes. And I saw this entity in my 20s, and then I saw it again when I had my son, and it was hovering over the bed, like my son's bed. I didn't know the name of the energy or the entity at the time, but I knew enough to get up and do whatever spiritual practice my spirit had me to do. So I had to go into my son's room, and there was something that I had to do, right, and which I did to protect him. Now, um, the conversation is a lot of these, some of these entities and jinn energies are not all evil, but some of them can definitely be not here to assist you. Okay. Uh, so I only say that only because I don't know if you were having an experience where you could have saw something and then got up to protect her, and wasn't even sure that that's what you were doing. Okay. Yeah, he just stands by my bed. Okay, and just stands there. Jane, I don't know if I told you already, you got gifted kids. I think we talked about that. Jane got gifted kids. Her kids are not from this realm. And she got one child that draws that she needs to pay attention to those drawings. Okay, so Jane is saying his dad and mom sleepwalks. Okay. Oh, really? Okay. Oh, Sam, so you're saying sometimes it's terrifying when you don't know what's happening, like that sinking feeling, like falling into it? Yeah. Yeah. Fall into it, Sam. I promise you, you will get to a place of and you're not even able to articulate. You're just not going to want to leave. You will know, Sam, when you get there, you will know, because you're not going to want to leave. You're not going to want to get up. And I would suggest, if you're going to do this, don't set a timer, because what I find is, now I can get there a lot faster, but when I first started meditating, it would take me 45 minutes just to get to that space. Okay. But if you're a meditator constantly, you can get there fairly easy. It should not take you a long time to get there. Just continue to fall into it. Fall into it, right? The free fall into it. And when you fall into it, you're going to hit that spot. Okay. Look at that. 333. Y'all know how I feel about them symbols. Uh huh. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. See, Jane is confirming that her son is an empath. Okay. Um, okay. We haven't had one of those dreams in years. However, I certainly had a shift dream when everything was crashing together. Oh wow. Okay. Now, guys, just I did ask the I did ask oh, okay. Lamont 23, Lamont 21, and LaShawn 5, and Honesty 7. Okay. Um, yeah, I feel like it's the young, whoever the youngest is that LaShawn is the youngest? Yeah, I feel it's the youngest. Yep, it's the youngest. And Honesty is gifted too. The two last ones, okay? The two last ones. They're rainbow and crystals. Okay? They're not from this dimension. And it's kind of interesting because it kind of also feel like LaShawn Jane. It kind of like he just they just process things differently. They're not from this realm, and sometimes when people are different, they think we think that there's something wrong with them. So yeah, just even I kind of feel like even the way he operates and function, he just like bypass a lot of the bullshit, like, and even though he's so young, like my empath, my baby, I told y'all the other day, I taught them how to saw chakras, to see chakras. And he went to school and told the teacher that she had a pink chakra, but she wasn't operated in a pink chakra. But my oldest, he's an empath and he sees energy. He hasn't fully embraced it yet, and I don't want to. Hey, Yelly is here. Yeah, my best friend of the 20 years is in the building. Danielle Moore, say hi to Danielle, everybody. We got a Leo in the house. Hey, Yelly. What's going on, Yelly Yells? Okay, so he feels people's pain. Oh my gosh. Woo! So he's really sensitive, Jane. All right, Capricorn Sun would be in and willing to put money on your twins being more than impasse. Oh wait, what did I miss? Capricorn Sun said something. Wait a minute. What did Capricorn said? Oh, Capricorn said my twins are empath. Oh hell yeah, Capricorn Sun is an empath too. And not only are they Capricorn Sun, I'm pretty sure your children be calling out shit before it happens too. If not both of them, you at least got one of them that knows shit before it happens. Okay. One of them knows. One of your children, Capricorn Sun, is very. They do. Okay, she said they do. Yep. 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 They do. These kids are really sensitive now. Capricorn Sun, you are going to. I kind of feel though, the boy and the girl. Okay, yeah. I kind of feel. I don't know why it's the boy. I don't know why I'm picking up on your son's energy. Like, I don't know. There's something about him and crystals, Capricorn Sun. There's something about him and crystals. Um, I don't know. You might want to give him a crystal, but there's something about him and crystals. Okay. There's a gift in there. And your daughter's a healer. I'm not. I don't know if she's gonna. No, I'm not seeing. And she may not do it professionally, Capricorn son. She may not do it professionally, and it just may be something within the family that she can actually utilize and help, within the family dynamics. But your daughter's a healer. I kind of feel like the boy energy more is going to go into the realm of, like, the spiritual thing, and that's how he's going to make a chunk of his living. Um, oh my God, you recently got him a crystal? Oh my God. Okay. Okay, good. Yeah, that's your, yeah, yeah. Keep an eye on him. Yeah, he like the word that keeps popping up in my spirit for him, Capricorn sun, is guru. He's ancient. Yep, yep, yep. Yeah, he's ancient. That sun. Yep, 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 yep. So, he is going to be very much he's going to be very much into the spiritual realm and spiritual things. To have him, you know, I come to talk to y'all in the live. Hey, Bree said she just come. Okay, because one of my environment in the live, cause no one in my environment believes me. Bree, we are here with you, sister. Okay, I have not told you all about the time that when I lived on myself, when I first moved out on my own. This is when I first tapped in this. I feel like this is when my awakening began. I was 23. At that point I had no television, and Jane, this is when I figured I can speak in tongues. This is when and at that point, Jane, I did not know that's what that was. I thought I was cursing God out. So I didn't know that I had activate. Um but anyway, I had really weird experiences back then. Not weird. But I remember, Bree, that at one point during my meditation, that's the first time I saw a jinn entity, because it showed up in my bed, but I wasn't scared. It showed up in my bed and really looked at me. And that was when I saw the angel, a bright angel shining at the foot of my bed. For me, guys, my son is ringing the doorbell. I'm about to shut it down now. So, I'm about to shut it down now. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. My battery's actually about to die, guys. We've been on for a minute now. So today is Friday. We're going to be doing live tonight, Relationship Chronicles. I will be back on after 6:30 tonight. For Relationship Chronicles, we did not get to go on yesterday because I had stuff to do with my kids. um, but Bree, just know that you have a family here, okay? And we talk about all the sci-fi shit. But Bree, the point I was trying to tell you, Bree, is I didn't tell anybody about those experiences back then because I didn't want people to think I was crazy. But I've had myself elevated in the bed, the angels floating on my bed, the jinn in my face. I remember one point it was my younger brother. They're grown now, but they were young. And I remember we in my old apartment, we were in my room, and I remember closing the door and locking it. But then I remember the bedroom door flung wide open. Like it just flew fucking open by itself. The door just literally flew open by itself. When the door flung open by itself, I heard the neighbor banging on the front door saying that there was a fire in the building. The door flung open, and then I could hear the neighbor knocking on the door to tell us to get out because there was a fire in the building. So you're not crazy, Bree. You just need to keep on keeping on, girl. You are not crazy. Okay, y'all. I think, let me just, it is so soothing. Yeah, okay. It's so peaceful. It calms me. Okay, so what do we, oh, I love water. Okay, somebody's saying water. Let me go back up and say, okay. So Celeste is saying the goddess Yamenway. Okay. Definitely resonate. Okay. Okay. All right. Perfect. I'm happy, Celeste. Okay. Look at that. Okay. Jane is saying, oh, really, Jane? Okay, so Jane, use that vibration. So Jane is saying she sings in different languages at bath time with the kids. They understand what I'm saying. Okay, the two youngest kids. Continue that, Jane. Even if you're not doing it, that can break Okay, that can break your states and take you into higher consciousness. Okay. Um, um, oh, okay. You guys are awesome. Okay. Samantha Smith is saying, okay, I gotta do homework. Everyone have a great Venus Day. Peace, life. Yes, Samantha, I'm doing going to. I gotta go feed my kids, guys. He just rang the doorbell, and I don't have dinner prepared yet because it is Friday. So I gave myself a little extra time, but I gotta go feed my kids. Thank you, Simone. How are you, Simone? Simone, I'm back on today for Relationship Chronicles after 6:30. If you guys want to circle back on by, okay? Ah. See, Jane got to go too. Everybody's kids about to come home. So we'll jump back on later after we get the kids settled. Okay, guys? Love you guys. Bye. I'm going to see y'all